what's going on, guys? It's been a fucking stressful day. Puppy tried to kill herself. She had to get emergency surgery. She's still at the vet, and I have to go get her tomorrow morning. It cost me about $4,000 that I didn't know I was gonna have to spend today. She lived, though. She lived. They said the surgery went fine, and she'll bounce back pretty quickly. But what the fuck, man? This is gonna be a bit different, I guess, than normal videos. Well, not really. I'm still gonna be showing records and shit, but I'm not just choosing shit from my own, like, random shit from my collection. All of this stuff was sent to me by a very cool person who had reached out to me through Facebook. He had reached out to me and asked for my address, said he wanted to send me a bunch of stuff, and he and this was a few different labels, Helter Skelter, Shadow Records, Blood Harvest. So, like I said, he asked for my address, and I gave it to him, and he sent me a lot more shit than I was expecting. But now that I've had this stuff for a few weeks, and I've gotten the chance to go through and listen to all of it, now I'll actually feel okay going through and talking about it all. I did a little bit more research for this video than normal, simply because a lot of these bands, every one of these bands, besides one of them, I had never listened to before. So I just wanted to make sure I was giving some type of accurate information. Yeah, let's do it. And real quick, in the background, if you can hear it, and I hope you can, we're listening to this Gorgoroth, man. Sorcery Written in Blood, Demo 93, Promo 94. Craig made these. Really, really fucking nice quality. If Craig deemed you cool enough and you got one of these, fucking, you know how nice it is. Alright, let's do it. First thing I'm going to talk about here is the one and only CD that I got. And this is the one and only CD I'll talk about today. This is Witch King with Voice of the Ossuary. So, Witch King is a band from Rhode Island, and from what I understand, this is the first, and as of right now, only full-length album. And when I looked this band up, it looked like they had a good stack of, like, demos that had come out before this. And this is actually a 2018 record. And this is kind of exactly what you'd want from, like, a sort of Black Death band. Almost constantly, like, blasting throughout. My favorite song on here is actually a song that sort of breaks the mold a bit, Mocking the Seraphim. Mainly because I really love the way that song starts. The sort of like doomy, groovy fucking section at the beginning of that song is awesome. But like I said, that kind of is a bit different because mostly this is very like musically frantic, you know what I mean? Sort of, I guess, comparable to stuff like Caveman Cult, for example. This band's got a sweet fucking logo too. I really, really like that. Great album cover in general. Put out through Helter Skelter and which are both sort of like extensions, I guess, of Regain Records. This is a digipack. Really nice stuff. Very simple. Normally I don't, but I'm gonna put like song clips in for everything, including this. This might be kind of a long video. We'll see what happens. But yeah, man, really fucking good stuff. That's Witch King with Voice of the Ossuary. Alright, next up here, this is the first of 3 7-inch records I'm going to show you. This is Mephorash with The Third Woe. This is an EP from Mephorash, and Mephorash is a Swedish band. This is also a 2018 release, and actually I think this might be sort of one of my favorites of everything I'm going to talk about today. So I don't remember offhand if this came directly after the EP that came before it, or the most recent full-length, because this band has 3 full-lengths now. I think that, like, visually this matches very well with the music. It has a very triumphant look to it, and it has a very triumphant sound to the music. And that's the best way I can describe it. A very triumphant, epic take on black metal. For me, the standout thing about this is just the super interesting songwriting. It changes enough to keep your attention throughout the whole thing. And it's not very long, of course, because there's only 2 songs on this. In terms of the vocals, it's really cool. There's a few different vocal styles on here, but I would say it is kind of like reminiscent of like Behemoth vocals. But I like this a lot better than Behemoth because I'm not really a Behemoth fan. It's really fucking good, man. I think a lot of you guys are gonna like this. So there's the album cover right there, very fucking cool. There's the back right there, it's got 2 songs on here. The first song is called 777, Third Woe, and the second is Odious Gospels. Really fucking nice, man. 500 copies. Comes with an inner sheet here with the lyrics, which is quite cool. and just black vinyl. But yeah, man, this shit's awesome. So hopefully you guys really like this. Like I said, this is probably one of my favorites out of everything that I'm going to talk about here. So yeah, I mean, you know, you're going to hear the little song clip, but you have to listen to more than that to get the feel of this. So really fucking cool, man. That's Mephorash with the third Woe. Alright, next up here is another Swedish band, and this is the first release from this band. This is Ultracell Bone, self-titled Ultracell Bone. And this is actually a release from last year. I think it was originally on cassette. But it is a 2018 reissue of this. From what I saw, it looked like the first press kind of had like inverted color scheme. If I could compare this to any one band, I kind of feel like this has a Possession sound, Possession from Belgium. I kind of feel like this is sort of like that. Fast, blasting music. It's got kind of like those like sort of shouty vocals, which I you know, can be done really good or really poorly. And like I said, it's kind of possession-y, so I like it. This does have like guitar solos, which is cool, and I think just sort of underutilized in this style of music. This is also 500 copies. Front cover is quite cool. That's the back cover right there. Again, Regain Records, and you have all the band members. Only 3 tracks on this one. It's black vinyl, pretty simple. But this does come with a poster. Just a small picture of the band covered in blood with this motherfucker. Yeah, man, really cool stuff. I like it a lot, and I think anybody who likes like Possession, like I said, will probably get into it. So check it out, man. That's Ultracell Bone. Alright, next up is a band from Greece. This is Black Blood Invocation with Atavistic Offerings to the Sabbatic Goat. So this band's been around for a few years now. It looks like they formed in 2014, and this is the second release that came out last year. And this is another Black Death band. But for me, what stands out with this band is the vocals. I really like exceptionally cool vocals. Really like deep, throaty, growly vocals. Very like reverbed. Really fucking cool, man. This was limited to 360 copies, all on black vinyl. If you guys like exceptionally nasty sounding Black Death, stuff like this is great. For me, it scratches an itch that I get, you know, every now and then, because Black Death for me is very hit or miss. I like the album cover quite a lot. It's like a big goat who's shredded. He's got a fucking 8-pack there. And then these other goats are watching this goat fuck this girl who's not a goat. She's got big old boobies though. There's the back cover right there. I guess there are 2 band members here. There's a couple songs on this, and it's only like 12 minutes long or something. There's the inside right there. You got all the lyrics and just some credits on that side. Like I said, it is just black vinyl. Labels are identical on both sides. Really cool. So yeah, man, if you're ever in the mood for some good Black Death, this is a good place to look. So that's Black Blood Invocation with Atavistic Offerings to the Sabbatic Goat. Alright, moving on to some 10-inch records here. I have 2 of them to show. And the first one is probably my favorite of the 2. And this is another band from Sweden. This is Jaertecken. Jaertecken, which is how it's pronounced. This is a self-titled release, and this is like less than 10 minutes long. But what I like so much about this one is it kind of has like this almost exaggerated early 90s Norwegian black metal feel to it. And the vocals are probably my favorite thing about this. In terms of the riffs, they're very simple, very catchy riffs, which again kind of adds to the sort of early black metal feel that I get from this thing. But yeah, man, I think this one was limited to 250 copies. It's got quite a cool album cover there. The back cover is very simple. Again, Blood Harvest, Helter Skelter. It opens like this, just like a fold-over cover with lyrics for both the songs on here. Really fucking cool, man. It doesn't come with anything. And it is just black vinyl with very dark, simple labels. So check that shit out, man. That's Jaertecken. Second 10-inch that I was sent is another band from Sweden. And this is something that I think a lot of people could get behind too. This is Voodus with Serpent, Seducer, Savior. I think if there was one band that I could mention that would kind of give you an idea of the feel of this, is Watain. Now, this is, I think, a bit more melancholic and almost probably even a bit more epic than Watain, but it just kind of has that feel to it. This is the second EP from this band that came out last year. Again, Regain Records, Shadow Records for this one. And like I said, man, it's really fucking good. I think a lot of you guys who like any of the other bands that I've mentioned will probably like this as well. Yeah, album cover is very simple. I just like the foil, very cool. 500 copies for this one. That's the back cover right there. That's the inner sheet. You have all the lyrics, the band members right there, and then you have some actual artwork on the other side. And this is just black vinyl as well. Very simple, very cool. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think anybody who likes Watain, and I hate mentioning Watain in sort of reference to other bands just because Watain gets such a bad rep, but this is really good. And you guys will probably hear what I'm talking about in the song clip. This is great. Check it out. That's Buddhist with Serpent, Seducer, Savior. I've got 4 12-inch records to talk about here. So, starting it off with the one that I was actually familiar with. This is Tomhet with Fuck You, I'm Not Trying. Seriously, if I tried to say the name of this, and there's no way you're going to be able to read that shit. If I tried to say the name of this, I would offend an entire country, so I'm not doing it. And I don't even know exactly what it translates to. I remember I did look at the translation, but Google Translate is a bit too literal, so you can't ever really get too accurate. But yeah, this comes with an Obi strip, and this is an EP. This is an EP that came out in 2011, and this record actually got a bit hard to find. It was going for quite a bit of money before they repressed it this year. And this was the first EP that this band ever did after a string of 5 demos. This is one of those times I like to use the term appropriately raw. It just sort of lends well to the actual songwriting on this, because it's very ugly. This kind of actually, for me, I think would fit in nicely with the current Ancient Records roster. So in my opinion, if you're a buff for that kind of black metal, then this is pretty much perfect for you. And I don't really know what to say beyond that, man. There's good riffs, good vocals, good atmosphere. It's good, man. This is great. So that's the album cover right there. Like I said, it comes with that strip, which has all the like song titles and shit on it. Back cover right there has got like a very serious, more typical black metal picture, and this guy is like blackout drunk, which is cool. All the song titles and shit. This is just black vinyl, but it does come with a little sheet here. I assume these are lyrics, but I don't speak Swedish, so I have no idea. And there's the other side right there. Like I said, it is just black vinyl. This is really good, man. I like this shit a lot. If you like ugly black metal, then you'll like Tomhet. Check that shit out. Alright, next up is a band from Finland, and this band is called Blood Chalice. So this band's been around for a few years now. I think they formed in 2015, and this is the first full-length album from this band from last year, called Sepulchral Chants of Self-Destruction. And I think that the only other thing that this band did was a demo, but to be honest, I haven't heard it. So I don't know if it sort of falls in line with the sound that this has or not. And the sound that this has is another take on chaotic black death metal. So obviously it's blasting, aggressive, fast music. But it changes enough to where it does stay interesting throughout. It's not a very long album, so it doesn't outstay its welcome or anything like that. Yeah, man, it's good. Again, this isn't my favorite style of music to begin with. But, you know, when I am in the mood for it, this is perfect. But it's got a cool album cover. It looks like old JC's cutting his own head off or something, and I think these dudes are making him do it. There's the back right there. I really like these band pictures. Like high contrast, these dudes covered in blood, quite cool. And you got all the song titles, of course. This one comes with a little fold-out lyric sheet. You got the band pictures. It's basically identical to the back cover. And on the inside, you have all the lyrics. Very cool. And then the best band picture ever, man. Look at that shit. This does come with a big poster with the Blood Chalice logo and then a picture of all 4 band members. And it is black vinyl, limited to 500 copies. So if you like fast, aggressive music that takes no prisoners, then this is basically what you're looking for right here. Blood Chalice, Sepulchral Chants of Self-Destruction. Next up is another band from Finland, except this is more my thing. And honestly, I have no idea how to say the name of this band. It's Aihos. So, Aihos, maybe? I don't know. Again, I'm not gonna even fucking try to pronounce it. It's in Finnish, and Finnish is the worst language ever. But I think this one, from what I remember, translates to something like For the Protection of Eternity. This is an EP from this band. It's the one and only release that this band has put out so far. Released back in 2013. Now, what I like so much about this one is this has a very Finnish black metal feel to it. And obviously that comes with the riffs. The riffs are melodic and, dare I say, sargeisty. And you guys know that is about the highest praise I can give any band. This shit is really, really fucking good. I love the album cover. It does have one of these Obi strips on it again. I really like the album cover of this one. It's very fucking spooky. It's just some people in a room of like an old house looking at this dead lady on a bed. The back is very creepy as well. All these dead people in the snow. I like to think that these are both real pictures. I mean, neither of them are out of the realm of possibility of being real, but they look real and they're very fucking cool, so I don't know. It does come with an inner sheet with like a different picture of the same scene from the album cover. Which is cool. The other side there has got all the lyrics and a picture of a guy who's wearing the thickest coat of all fucking time. Black vinyl, 500 copies again. Really fucking cool, man. This is another one of my favorites, like I said. So if you guys are looking for like dark black metal with sort of melodic, sargeisty riffs, I mean, that's the best way I know how to describe this, man. It's really, really cool. So check that shit out. That's Aihos. Alright, we're going to end this off with a band from Poland. And this is a pretty new band. This is Terrestrial Hospice with Universal Hate Speech. This is an EP, the one and only release this band has done so far. And the best way I can think to sort of get people's attention is to sort of compare with another band that you guys have all heard. And I think that the best band I can think that every one of you guys have heard to sort of compare this to musically is Revenge. I would say it's not as revenge-ish as like that Voodus is Watain-ish, but you get what I mean. It's aggressive black metal. What I actually would say that I prefer this for is that there is more diversity in this, and there's also more atmosphere with this. But at its core, it is aggressive black metal. 500 copies, again. I like the album cover quite a lot. It kind of reminds me of the Bestial Mockery poster I have for Christ Crushing Hammer Chainsaw. Kind of reminds me of that style of art. That's the back cover right there. Again, Shadow Records. I like this this image right there. It's quite cool. Love the picture on the inside of the gatefold here. Yeah, man, I love that. That style of art is just nice. Then it looks like you have lyrics for a couple of the songs here. Celebrate the Last Days of Sunshine and Universal Hate Speech. Yeah, man, this doesn't come with anything. It is just black vinyl, but again, I really like the labels are quite cool. But yeah, if you like ultra aggressive black metal, like I said, sort of, kind of has a revenge-ish feel to it, then, I mean, I don't know how you couldn't like this. Check it if you're interested, man. That's Terrestrial Hospice with Universal Hate Speech. And that's it, man. There's going to be links in the description. I'm going to put as many links in the description as possible. If I can find a link for like a Bandcamp link or something for each one of these bands, that's what I'll do. I'm going to try and find some shit for the labels and stuff like that. So just check the description for everything. Listen to all this stuff, man, because 10 seconds or so of a song clip is nothing. You know, a lot of the stuff that I talk about on this channel, you guys have probably heard before, or at least know about it. I'm hoping that a lot of you guys find something here. So, yeah, check it out. Again, thank you so much to the homie who fucking sent all this shit over. Again, I don't want to say your name because I don't want to fucking ruin it. So, big fucking massive thanks to him. So, it'd be awesome if you guys could listen to this shit and let me know in the comments what you liked the most. Because there's no way, if you like all the shit that I talk about on this channel, there's no way you can go through this stuff and not find something cool. So, do it up, man, and hopefully you guys enjoy this one. It's a little bit different, like I said, but, you know, it's nice to do something a little bit different from time to time. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and we'll talk soon. Later.